online appearance.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah. All right.
Well, are we back?
We are fucking back.
Welcome back, Film Noobs.
It's been busy.
It has. As a matter of fact, welcome back. This is
AJ?
Johnny.
and myself, David.
Yes.
It's a very special Film Noobs
Yes.
episode for us. We are live not only on Facebook for Sci-Fi Media.
Yes.
Johnny's live on his, and we're actually recording the podcast, which we will post tomorrow. For those of you who are only listening to us, sorry about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just been fucking shit ass busy.
Oh, yeah.
So, where shall we start?
Do we want to just jump in,
Do we
or
just
do we
jump
want to
into
kind of
it?
like
Balls
bullshit
deep,
a little
baby.
bit, like we normally
Balls
do?
fucking
I don't even think we've been bullshitting recently. It's all been, well, we can say it now. It's all been Triple T. It's
Yeah.
like
It is.
every time we sit down, it's been Triple T recently.
Yeah.
We alluded to the movie quite a few times in some of the episodes. We actually almost almost gave it out
Yeah.
on May 4th.
Yes.
Because we were excited. We had made the final decision right before May 4th to like say, fuck it, yes, we're gonna really do
Yeah.
it, and we're just gonna go balls to the walls and
Yes.
do this project.
Because
Right.
at the time, as of May 4th, nothing was set in stone quite
No.
yet. We hadn't started, we didn't shoot anything yet.
No.
We hadn't, like, we were still very early pre-pro at that point.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to talk about it because we've been waiting for so long.
Well, I don't even think we shot.
No, we
No,
didn't shoot anything. We
yeah.
didn't shoot anything until like the
The following
16th.
week.
No, 2 weeks after
2
that.
weeks? Yeah, it was like the second.
It was the 16th, 18th, and 20th.
We've had a very quick turnaround.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because today's what, the 28th? Yeah.
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 Yeah,
So
16th,
2 weeks
18th,
ago.
and 20th that we shot.
That's right. No, it was the 12th.
12?
Yep.
No.
The 11th. The
No,
11th.
dude.
Yeah, I had to film. No, it was the 12th. I had to film Landman on the 13th.
Oh.
It was remember at the rooftop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And
Okay.
then I drove straight into.
Yeah, because Mr. Hollywood Johnny.
Sir.
Hollywood Johnny.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, not only is he a podcast Jesus, but he's also Hollywood Jesus there.
Damn right. Damn right, doggy. That's right. So, but no, man. So this has been in the works.
Actually,
this shit's actually been brewing since I've been on. It's been
Yeah,
brewing
he's-
since
you're-
February.
Mike's
mic
facing the
Oh,
not right way.
Fix
There you
yourself.
go. There you go.
Fucking
fix
noob.
myself. I'm sorry. I'm
Fucking
sorry.
noob.
So yeah, this is actually has been brewing. I think we kind of talked about it a little bit in January. You pitched it, and then February, as you said, come up with a story. Give me 40 pages, and I was like, all right, fucking bet. And I gave you 40 pages, and
Yeah.
I created a timeline of when I wanted it done. I wanted it done before March.
Yeah.
Knock that out. And then you were like, okay, well, we need a script. And that's when AJ came in. He knocked out the script. You said we wanted to have the script done before April
Yeah.
so we can start casting.
Yep.
We were on par.
Yes, sir.
We got half of the script done.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Pretty
Yeah.
much half of the script
Well,
done. Then
we have the
Good
whole
catch there, buddy. Look at you with your spidey senses.
we have the
I know
whole
that's down
script
there.
done. But we haven't met the page requirement. And
Right.
Correct.
what I mean by that is most normal scripts for film tend to be about 90
80
pages.
pages.
Right.
Minute
A page is what
Yeah,
you,
minute a
what you
page. So for
educated
those
me
people
on.
that don't know that's the average for most films is 90 minutes, even though Marvel tends to go like 5-6 hours and shit.
Right, which I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for fucking Marvel to have a 10-hour movie, and I will sit there, get hemorrhoids. I don't give a fuck. I will sit there and watch 10
With
hours
some
of
Depends
Marvel.
and shit. And
I won't even piss and shit. I will get fucking. I'll get a UTI. I don't give a fuck. I'll hold my piss. I will hold my
I don't
piss.
doubt. I don't.
I believe you've done it already.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Fuck yeah.
Well, anyway, so that was our goal, 90 page
90,
script
yeah,
at least.
yeah.
And only because that's normally what we tend to shoot, especially for independents.
Mm-hmm.
Is the 90 minute scripts or 90-minute movies. It's easier for distribution. So that was my goal when I pitched to you, and I'm like, hey, look, if you give me a 90-minute script, we're good. We're at first we were what 40 pages about the first draft.
The very first round was about 40 pages, but that was missing some very key elements. That version of the script I wrote for the purposes of casting solely.
Right.
So it was missing a lot. The real first draft ran about 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's been a road, but we're closing in on our goal.
Yeah.
Nothing is quite set in stone yet.
No.
It's still a work in progress, and we're still in pre-production. But I think our original goal was for the script to be done by May.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
We're on schedule. Pretty much.
pretty much
Close.
I
We're close.
can pretty confidently say we're just about there.
Yeah. So this movie, essentially it's gonna be no less than 90 minutes long.
Yeah. At
Yeah.
minimum.
It's gonna be at minimum 90 minutes long, guys. Not your typical horror flick. It's as far as cinema, but it's gonna be your typical time frame of how long, I guess, the duration of the movie. Most horror movies, are within the 90-minute mark, a little bit over. It's very rare that you see a 2-hour horror movie.
Yeah.
So
And only because you'll tire your audience.
right.
Not because it's not exciting or because you don't want that. I mean, shit, we could sit there and watch Halloween forever,
Right.
fucking badass slasher film. But it's more of after a while of having so much blood, gore, and guts and boobs. Well, maybe the boobs you won't get tired of. But everything else is just so much emotionally that you're invested in those 90 minutes that it's better to leave it at that.
Right, for sure. Yeah, so with this movie, we're targeting 90 minutes. If it goes a little bit longer,
It's
cool.
okay.
So be it.
It's definitely gonna be within the 90-minute range, but no higher than 2-hour mark. So the way this movie is the way it was written, it was more of a based off the San Antonio urban legends that we have here. 3 of them, which is some of the most famous talked about urban legends here
Yeah.
were obviously the Haunted Railroad Tracks, the Donkey Lady, and the Insane Asylum.
Yeah.
And so the way this movie is written, it kind of strings them together.
Which is something different.
very different, very
Yeah.
different. Something like we've heard about the tales of the Donkey Lady, the Haunted Railroad Tracks, the abandoned insane asylum, and all that. But the way this was written, it was written to kind of tie them all together in a sense where there's a huge connection to this movie.
Yeah.
And
Which we won't say.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not. Gonna
That's
say
a little
how
bit too much, and I want the audience to go in there with an expectation, but not so much that
Right.
they already know what's
Right,
Yeah.
right, for sure. So, but I will say this, that the ideas that we do have for this movie, it's going to be something like no other, like you have not watched. And I take pride in that and saying that because we've all seen horror flicks and we've all been to a movie where it's like, oh my God, it's a lot of guts and fucking blood, and oh my God, there's a lot of fucking in there, and there's titties, and and this movie is I'm not gonna say it's gonna be like that, but it's gonna be very different from the rest of the horror movies that you've seen. Not to mention it's San Antonio based, which I don't think we've had anything that's been San Antonio based on the big screen that we're trying to project out. Like we're trying to make this as big as fucking possible.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's horror movies that have come out of San Antonio. So that I got to correct you on that one because, like Colin, really good friend of ours, he's done a lot of horror films that are out of San Antonio. But as far as taking urban legends that are based off solely San Antonio, no. Because like La Lechuza and La Llorona is not a San Antonio based urban legend.
Right.
I mean, you could go to LA, you could go to fucking Bumfuck Egypt and still find a Llorona.
It's more of like a Latino kind of story, but not necessarily.
Yeah, it's Latin based, not San Antonio based.
Yeah.
Right. So, except for these stories are actual San Antonio based, which makes this very different than any other movies. I guess that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. No, that's what I was trying to make sure that because people are going to correct us like, oh well, shit, we've had. Like,
oh goddamn, Johnny, you fucking film movie, lying son of a bitch.
Yeah, again, one of our close friends, Colin, prolific fucking filmmaker. He does a lot of horror films that are that he films here in San Antonio.
We can bring him back onto the podcast. I know y'all already interviewed him.
Yes, we have. But you know what?
Back.
He started his own horror film festival, which he opened up already. Wow. So he's on season 2. Okay. Colin, if you're watching, brother, congratulations. I haven't had a chance to talk to him since, but yeah, he's on. His film festival just opened up, season 2.
Nice.
And it's a
Did it just pass?
I think so. No, it just passed.
Just passed. Okay, well, we gotta check that one out the next following year. We'll link up with Colin again. Yeah. Definitely gonna link up. Colin, if you're listening and you're watching, we're gonna link up with you, buddy. So
going back to what we were saying about how differently we want to make this film.
Yeah, so we definitely, people have heard of, we all know about CGI and all that, but with this movie, I think we're going to kind of try our damnness to be more practical effect than anything computer generated. So it's going to take some work, which is why we, on our Indiegogo, if you go out there and you guys decide y'all want to go out and help and contribute to the film and helping us bring this, obviously to the big screens, a lot of that your portion or your contribution is going to go directly to the film, and then there's a list of things on there that basically what you're going to be helping us out with on there.
And it's a rough list.
Yeah, it's a rough list. And there's also perks. If you don't want any perks and you just want to donate, there's also a
donate button.
Yeah, there's a donate button there. You can donate whatever you want. Hell, even just sharing the post with people that you know who inspire to make films, or an aspiring actor or actress or producer or director. Yeah. Some of these guys like to go and help others. And so sharing it with them and they see it, they're like, man, whatever I can do to help contribute, cool. Because we're the same way as well. We like to give back and help out as well. So, yeah. My sister ordered she's like, I got the shirt, but it didn't have a size. I was like, of course, you're going to be the first complainer. So
it didn't have a size?
Didn't have a size. She couldn't pick a size. So
I think it just has all the options of sizes. And it doesn't say,
really?
Maybe.
I don't know. She's also dumb. So she's the dumbest smart person I know.
I didn't go that deep into. I didn't see.
You didn't go that deep?
To double checking.
Oh, he's
that
Mexican.
Stuff.
Come on.
Wow. Huh.
It's like a tuna can.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Not the back, but tear up the sides. Try.
I never seen a dark man and blush. But yeah. Anyway, so guys, if you want to contribute, you can hit that link on Indiegogo. And hey, Sophie. Hey y'all. She's like Sophie saying, hey y'all.
Our Sophie?
Yeah, Sophie.
Nice. Cool.
Hi, Sophie. Shout out to Sophie D.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we should be finishing up her film too, Bellator.
Hey, yes, guys. So check this out. There's another film. All right. So Sophie D is with her visions. She came up with a movie.
Why you say her vision? And you said like,
I'm sorry, that's not what I meant, Sophie.
You sure?
Trust me. She is. I treat her like my mom. I don't.
She's awesome. That's what I'm asking. He's like, why did you say
I didn't know what to do with my fucking hands. Here you go.
There you go.
Sophie, her visions and her writing, she made this, her movie, her visions come to the big screen. And so with the help of, Fat Jesus over here, we got Bellator, Let Them See. That's going to be coming out very, very soon, guys.
Yeah, we're on the last stages of
post-production.
Editing. Yeah, post-production.
Yeah, we're on the last stages of post-production. Got a few edits, and then be on the lookout because I know I'm going to be blasting it on my socials. We all are, AJ, and
we'll probably have her. We'll probably have her
Sophie
on the podcast.
Yes, Sophie. We're inviting you onto the podcast so you can actually talk about Bellator, Let Them See. And we're going to bring you in and kind of give the world a little bit of insight of your visions and your story. So yeah, we're definitely gonna blow up Bellator.
Yeah.
I play a role in there. I'm not gonna say. I shouldn't say.
No, you shouldn't.
No, I'm not gonna say what I play, but I play a pretty good role in that movie. So it's gonna be fun. Be on the lookout for that. We're gonna be blasting that all of our socials. We are gonna have a premiere.
Yeah.
We're gonna have. I'm not sure we're doing a meet and greet and all that as well.
Yeah, normally the way we've been doing it is we'll have a pre-meet and greet at the theater. Then we do the red carpet. We do the premiere at the red carpet.
Yeah.
Or after the red carpet. And then after that, depends on Sophie. I can't speak yet because we haven't locked in the final plans of whether we're going to go straight into distribution or go do the film festivals.
Right.
Again, I'm not at liberty to say any of that. I just know that we will have the premiere and we'll blast that out because it's been a year that we've been editing. But it was rough. The movie was rough. It's just the fact that we shot it so quickly and it was a lot, and it just
there's a lot of variables that need to be put together.
And when we took this on, we knew it was going to be a big project, and it was going to be a little bit of a challenge. But I underestimated that because I was happy and I was excited when I read her script. I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! I want to do this."
Yeah.
And I still, every time I look at it, I'm like, fuck, that we did this. We accomplished a fucking big ass movie. Yeah. And for her, for doing her directorial debut and having tackled such a big project, my hat's off to her. Yeah. I would have never done it. Not as my first fucking film. Fuck that. We had a cast of over, I think, 60 people, 20, 30 locations, and we shot it all in 19 days.
Yeah.
So we fucking blasted fucking through the film, but it looked good. Acting was on par. I have to say that day 19, we were on edge, but because we had been balls to the walls, putting everything that we had into it. Yeah. So at that point, people kind of like, little tippy toe. Yeah. It's a family, but none of us walked away from it saying I hate you or whatever, because at the end of the day we all had a vision and we met that vision and we made it happen.
Right.
And like I said, all the actors put in more than 100% into the film, and you could see because they came in every day just fucking excited and wanting to do it, even though they were tired as shit, and you could see it. But as soon as action, like bam, they were ready to roll. And so I applaud them for that one. And so once we get Bellator Ready Rock, we'll bring that back, and we'll definitely do a big announcement and everything, definitely. A big push for that one.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely push Bellator, let them see for all y'all guys, so y'all can see. And we're actually looking forward seeing that on the theaters and also on the streams, right?
Yes.
You can find it probably once it's released on.
I'm not gonna say yet.
Not gonna say yet.
No,
okay,
I'm not gonna say
it yet. All right,
not
so
yet.
y'all gonna have to fucking wait. Wait. So but Bellator, let them see, will be out very soon, guys. So be on the lookout for that. And again, I'm gonna reiterate, we are gonna blast that on our socials, and then we'll go from there. What else, guys?
All right, AJ.
Well, kind of tied. To tie it too. So because we hadn't met since you and I hadn't met since we jumped back into the film news and stuff. So from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong. So was Bellator your first time on a set, or was it first time on an extended?
On a professional set, yes, Bellator.
Professional. What you
Sir.
No, I'm just kidding.
I say that loosely.
Yeah, very loosely.
Very fucking
loosely.
Kind of loosely like him.
Yeah.
Not so loosely. That's Fat Jesus over here. You're welcome, Sophie. She says, thank you all, real life. Oh, she put real life. Real life. With that.
Yeah, like real.
Yeah. I see what you did there. But to answer your question.
He's easily amused, isn't he?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I'm so...
Because we're excited.
I'm not something right now.
What?
I was about to say something. Never mind. I'm not. What we talked about off air. I almost said something. I was like, so-and-so says that. Movies and please. Anyways. So that was my that was my first time on a professional set.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it briefly when I first on episode 1, but shit, yeah, that was my first time going in on a real life set. I've done some plays before. Obviously that's a little bit different because it's more behind the camera opposed to like, oh shit, it's an audience looking at you. There's set props, that you got to move within, each frame or each scene. So, but this was a little bit different because you're actually going to different locations. Whereas on a play, you're setting.
You're in one room.
So,
but then to tie it back for Triple T, having now that we've shot the trailer,
right.
That was your first time on the other side of the camera. Correct.
Yes. I did a little bit of, I don't know, David, would you say a little bit of, I want to say on Bellator, Sophie was so nice to allow me to kind of play my character.
Yeah.
And there were some things about my character that I did that I added in and shit. Like
she gave you the freedom to explore your character.
Yes, to explore my character. Which, oh gosh, thank you so much for allowing me to do that. So there was some improv scenes, I guess if you will, a lot of improv scenes. Like there's, I don't know, can I say that one scene where I don't know if it made the cut, where I'm like flick the.
Oh yeah. That was definitely improv. I'm sorry, Sophie, but go for it because it is funny. Go for it.
So I'm sorry. So I'm gonna say this scene. All right. So there's a scene where I'm on the phone, or I'm acting like I'm on the phone, and a certain priest walks by me, and as he's walking by, I look at him, and I'm smoking a cigarette, and I flick it at him, and then I see trash on the floor, and then I kick it towards him. I just kick it at him, just like, because to me, that's what I think of him. You're trash. You ain't shit. You're trash to me. So I was like, I remember we were going to shoot the scene, and I didn't say nothing to Sophie. I think I told you, I was like, hold on, I want to do something. And like, what the fuck are you going to do, right? I was like, you'll see. So when we shot the scene, I did it. I smoked my cigarette, I flicked it at him, and then I went and I kicked it. It was like a can. I just fucking kicked it at him. And David's in the back laughing, and Sophie was like, okay, I like it. I like it, So I did some of that. I did, I don't know, my own stunts, which David obviously told me
You're
to
a
go.
bitch.
Huh?
You're a bitch. Okay, so one of the stunts he had.
Oh, she said it's cool. I said, thank you, Sophie.
Okay. You had to jump from like a 2-inch ledge.
It wasn't. I hope that when you put this, I'm gonna send you the clip.
No,
so that way
you can't post it though.
I can't. You just have to wait till you see the movie.
It was
tell me how. Yes.
It was
Sophie. This guy's trying to say. Sophie was there too.
I know she was, and she'll tell you movie magic. If once you see it, even though it seems like you jump like from
inside
3 feet
the
or
church. Dude, you know what I'm talking about.
It was a 2-inch lip, dude. Come on.
It was a 2-inch lip off the ground, but he's not talking about how high how high gravity.
We made it look. We made it look that way, but it was like right off the ledge.
He didn't jump.
You're being a bitch, man. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
She says shh. No, that was fun. So I did some of that, and then I choreographed, I guess, or gave some for some of the fight scenes. But as far as like being behind to answer your question, no, that was my first time, and I had fun doing the concept trailer. So I don't know. I think I'm near AD, right?
Yeah. So maybe we'll see.
We'll see. He might fire me. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see how it's gonna look, how it's gonna go once we start filming. And we have a date. Can we say?
No.
We can't say, or we don't have a date.
Do we have a date?
Since when do we have a date? We have a date
to start when we're gonna start filming.
I mean, it's what, July?
We have a time frame.
We have a date. Yeah, we have a time frame. Yeah, we can say a time frame. I wouldn't say the date just because, but yeah, time frame. We're looking at beginning of July and no later than mid-August.
Yeah.
That's our time frame for shooting.
So our time frame, guys,
the
for
hottest
shooting,
time of the year.
Yeah.
Of course.
I just fucking realized that. This guy.
At least most of it's at night. I don't know.
Well,
No, because we're shooting at the bridge,
Fuck.
yeah.
and we're shooting at the tracks.
Oh,
Yeah,
And we got to
Yeah.
tap into the Cylon,
yeah.
which
We-
is
we
that's
fuck
the
ourselves.
best.
it's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be fucking hot when we're filming this, guys. But we're gonna make it seem like it's in the winter. So for our actors and actresses, we're gonna have y'all dressed up.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
And
Yes. Sorry. We're gonna have y'all dressed up like it's cold. And we're definitely
some
gonna get
wool jackets.
Oh,
God damn, that's
God.
what they did. That's what they fucking made me do in 1923.
We're gonna replicate
No.
it, and because you are leading from the front, my friend, you will also have the wool jacket, 3-piece, suit. You'll be supporting your cast.
Sir, respectfully, get fucked. Yeah. No. Absolutely not, sir. I'll be drinking a lot of my fucking water, but no, man, no. It's gonna be a hot one, guys, and it's cool because I don't know. There might be a pool in one of the sinks. Who knows? There might not be. I don't know. We don't know. There might be water. There might not be. I don't know. There might be a lot of things that you don't typically see in the summer, and there might. Who knows? But yeah. So we're gonna have fun with this fucking movie. I tell you that. I don't even know. Can we even say who we've casted or no?
I would.
Yeah, we can.
No.
I
I mean, it's not a secret. They see the trailer.
They're in the trailer. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
there you
okay,
go.
so for casting, at least for the concept, proof of concept,
Yes.
because not a trailer, it's proof of concept.
Right. And go ahead and say what you're going to say, but I want you to go ahead and kind of educate the people in the audience
Yeah.
on proof of concept.
So let me back.
Yeah.
I'll do that first. So a trailer is pretty much what you have at the end of filming, and we'll take snippets from the actual movie to promote the movie. A proof of concept is something we taken scenes from the movie, filmed it, quite rash, but we filmed it because when we pitch it to people, we don't want to say, "Hey, I'm making a movie. This is what it looks like." It looks like Tales from the Crypt plus Terrifier plus whatever.
Yeah.
Leprechaun.
Leprechaun. And you're gonna get this weird idea of a little midget running around with an axe. Yeah. You know what I mean? And saying,
Golden Axe,
welcome.
that game.
You know, yeah. So you're gonna have this weird fucking concept in your head.
You're wearing a fucking axe like this.
There you go. Fucking
Where's
leprechaun
my
bitch.
fucking axe? My fucking axe right here.
There
Let me
you go.
fuck around.
So proof of concept is something that you use to help you pitch to people.
Yeah.
When you're trying to get their money, two, when you're actually going through executives in Hollywood and you're like,
Yeah.
hey, look, this is my script. I have a proof of concept. Would you be willing to invest or green light my feature show,
Right,
whatever?
Right.
Most of the time we don't invest as much into it because it's never gonna get past that.
Yeah.
At least that proof of concept, that's it. So most of the time you'll cast whoever, friends, family, to kind of quickly shoot it. But in most cases, it doesn't mean that those people are the
gonna
ones
make
that are
it.
going to be in the film. That's why, like, when you see pilot episodes for shows,
Yeah.
you'll see the next episode 1, mom is totally different.
Yeah.
And the kids are like, instead of 2 boys and a girl, now you have all 5 girls or whatever.
right.
Because the executives, they're like, oh, you know what, she didn't work, or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's what the proof of concept is. So that's the difference between the trailer and the proof of concept. So when people look at this is not the final look for the film.
No.
Right.
This is just an idea for people to look at and be like, oh shit, so that's what they're pitching to me
Right.
is that story. But yeah, when we casted for the proof of concept, we kind of had a dream team in our head of who we would like to see.
Yeah.
And so we threw out the feelers, and right off the bat, we quickly got back answers. There was ones or twos that either couldn't make the shooting schedule or didn't quite have that one thing that we were looking for just for the character. But I know for one instance, we did respond back to them and be like, hey, look, this is not the final casting.
Right.
We're going to get back to you. We like what you have. It's just for the proof of concept, we need this. And so that was where we were at. But yeah, for casting, we got some of our dream team.
Yeah.
I don't know if AJ, you want to talk about some some because I know most of them
Yeah.
came from you.
Well, so I think kind of at the core, I think like we each kind of had like two that were, at least kind of for
we all
we had like we had a set of names that we wanted to throw in,
Right,
so we all
right.
kind of like had in. So I mean, me and this coming from a pretty recent experience, I was lucky enough to get casted in a local play here recently. Met some really kick-ass actors during that time, and when we were going through the casting, the kind of looks we were going for, just knowing the characters that were in it, I knew a couple people out of that cast immediately. Like a couple people out of that cast, like kind of jumped out of my head just to kind of. I knew one had the acting chops and two kind of fit the profile that we were looking for to fit these roles. So immediately I threw out the names for Jonathan McDonald, who we brought in to play one of the roles, and then also
He plays.
Did we say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
he's playing our character Rudy.
Yep.
Which I.
Why'd you pick him for Rudy?
So I kind of knew based on what Johnny had written that Rudy was going to be one of the more lighthearted characters, but also needed to pack a punch given where some of the story beats that character hits and goes through, and Jonathan was my understudy in the play, and so I knew he could hit those really big emotional beats, but he's also just a really funny dude. He's a insanely funny guy.
Naturally.
He just has this charisma about him that like you meet him and you just want to keep talking to him forever. And I mean, him being my understudy in that play, we were at every single rehearsal together. So when we weren't necessary for whatever scene we were rehearsing, it was just me and him in the green room. We were just chatting for hours. So we got to know each other really well. And
Chatting.
really, yeah.
That's what we're calling it?
Yeah, for
They're
sure.
moving lips and making sounds.
Yeah.
Go on.
But we really liked working together, and I knew he was a really funny dude. So I brought him in, and I also know he does voice acting as well. So he's done like background roles for Crunchyroll and in One Piece and stuff like
Voiceovers
that.
and all that.
He does like actual voice acting for. He did
okay.
like he's worked with Crunchyroll before doing different animes and stuff like
Okay.
that. So he's
Dude.
yeah
Really?
Wow.
I
yeah
knew
he's
that.
he likes to function.
I'm
as
a big fucking anime freak.
well yeah so like
Of course you are.
you know
Of course,
like,
I'm a nerd.
Giant life-size Pokemon.
like I remember specifically like we
Pokemon you're
had
at.
one day we were no not the Pikachu.
Oh, Fat Jesus and Baby Jesus are fucking teaming up on me over here.
You want to gang over. That's what it is, Johnny.
You son of a bitch.
But like, if you ask him like one of his favorite roles, he's like, "Yeah, I was that guy that died in One Piece." So I purposely like kind of what I alluded to earlier. That very early version of the script was missing a lot of big story beats. So I kind of had to write something specifically for the sides for his character to read from. And when I wrote them, before we even had the idea of who we were going to send them to, and I was writing out the sides, I was like, this has to be big, this has to be, and all this.
Yeah.
And so sending to him, knowing he had a theater background, knowing he has a voice acting background, once he got his audition back, he freaking knocked out. It was, for me at least, as writing that script, exactly what I heard writing it.
Yeah.
And so for me, I was sold instantly. I don't know about you guys once you guys saw
for
it,
sure.
because we
The
kind of
audition tapes that he set in, I was like, wow. I was like, okay, yeah, no, he nailed it. He fucking nailed it right on the head.
Yeah.
So.
And then the other person I pitched and went through and we were lucky enough she was willing and to jump in, and you know we loved her audition tape, was Addie Cardenas, which I know you have worked with before. She was in LVZ with you originally, and a couple other pieces you've worked with her on.
I've worked on some other shorts and stuff for school, but when we first got her, it wasn't LVZ, and she blew us out of the fucking water, dude. Because originally she came in and she wanted to audition for the main cast or the main role, but I had already casted her, and I was like, fuck. So when she read for her, I was like, dude, there's something about her. Something about her. Oh, dude. So she left the room. Me and like two other people were in there. Jennifer was one of them. I can't remember the third person. We were casting. I'm like, man, fuck it. So I ran out the door. I'm like, hey, hold on. Come back in here. I want you to read for the main role, not the main role, the supporting role. But I need you because you're her best friend, her ride or die. And I need you to have that attitude, that West Side attitude, you know, that chola. And she's like, you know what? Hold on. And I tell the story because it's funny, but I love it because, you know, if you ever meet Addie, she's really bubbly.
Yeah.
She's
a
this
sweetheart.
Yeah,
she's
she
a
is.
sweetheart. Yeah.
And love her to death. And she's like, hold on, give me a minute. She gets her chongo rubber band, and she puts her hair up and freaking, she's like, I'm ready. And she fucking delivers this chola, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, you got the part. She's like, okay, thank you. And she's just like bubbly back. I'm like, wow, cool.
Yeah.
But we've discovered that Addie can deliver emotional scenes on the spot.
Yeah.
And so I was glad when you pitched her for that.
So I worked with her on that play, the play that I mentioned, where I not met Jonathan. We knew each other from school, but I got to work with him there, and Addie was also part of that cast too. And we had a pretty
You still?
we had a pretty long scene together actually out of that play.
Yeah.
And it was just one-on-one, and it was a conversation, and damn if it wasn't hard to get emotional just sitting across from her talking about some of the content of that play. I don't want to get too deep into it, but and so we
He's professional. He doesn't kiss and tell.
But and to your point of her being able to flip that switch, we're at rehearsal, we're rehearsing the same scene over and over and over again for like 3 hours a night, and we were there, we're sitting she's got tears in her eyes, and then we were like, okay, we're taking a break, and she's just, and we're back to laughing to each other, and like the fact that, so I knew from seeing it in front of me, I was like, she can cry on camera.
Yeah.
She can cry on cue,
which is hard.
It's a very hard
for
skill.
most people who don't know. From actor's point of view, crying on command is probably one of the hardest things to do as an actor. Angry, everybody could do angry, levels of angry, whatever.
Yeah.
But crying on command, and I mean on command, is probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest, things to do as an actor, especially when you're on set and you have 50 fucking motherfuckers, and everybody's like, okay, this is your scene, I need you to cry on this cue.
Right.
And it's on you. If you fuck it up, then you fucked up, and we've just lost hours and hours and hours. Right. So that's a lot of pressure to begin with. All right, so.
Yeah, so, I mean, bringing her in, I knew, I didn't initially have an idea of like where she would fit in the cast, but I knew we at least had to get her to audition. Because either way, I kind of knew whatever we threw at her, there was a good chance she was going to knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
And
it was hard to pick because
it was.
She read for all 3 girls.
She did. And
we kept going back and forth. Which one?
Yeah, because we had other actresses auditioned, and I mean, for all the roles or some of the same roles, and picking for. So there was a lot of us just kind of mix and matching, like, okay, if we pick this one for this role, this who works well in this other role,
right?
How do they work? How do we think that all will mesh together? So it wasn't an easy choice once it came down to some of those last roles.
Yeah, it was definitely difficult. It was very difficult, but I think how we chose and how it was decided. It was the right the right cast.
Yeah, and I think we can all agree. The first and only day we had all 6 of us on set to shoot those group scenes. The chemistry was perfect.
There.
Yeah.
Like as if y'all fucking have been knowing each other. And it's crazy because there was some of y'all who were there didn't know y'all were gonna be there. Because here's the thing, guys, when we casted the main roles or the main cast, nobody knew who was what.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody on the first day of filming or shooting, everybody met up and they didn't know, like, nobody knew. But when they got there, like, oh fuck, it's you. Everybody, someone knew each other. They all knew each other in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. Either they worked with each other, or whether it was doing a movie or on set or somewhere. And so that was just kind of like, oh shit. Yeah. So the chemistry was. Not only was it there, but it was organic. It was natural. Yeah. And honestly, like sitting in the back seat, because I think you and I are some of the older ones. When we were looking, I was like, oh, like kids. Our kids are just playing fine. Yeah. Like, I feel like
they do like each other.
Yeah. I feel like a fucking an accomplished dad. Like, we didn't know if this was gonna match, but it did. I mean, it worked well. Yeah. So, but with Jonathan and Addie.
Yeah, especially because all 3 of us were in that play together.
All 3 of y'all.
Yeah. So, and then I hadn't told either of them that, hey, this other person's in it.
Yeah.
So Jonathan walked on a set and she's there and we're just like,
Hey, hey, what are you fucking doing here?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm selling cookies. What are you doing here? You know?
But I don't know if you guys want to talk about some of the other cast, because I mean, I was meeting some of them for the first time too, and seeing them audition for the first time.
So I had in my mind to play Johnny, which is the younger brother of Hector. So for those of y'all guys who are just kind of speeding you up real quick, AJ is playing one of the lead roles, Hector.
Which you should get into that story about Mr. AJ over there.
What do you mean? About the narco?
Because that was your idea.
No,
because that was your idea.
That was
You
my
pushed
thing.
the fuck out of him.
Yeah, so AJ originally
We
was
couldn't
like,
find
no.
Hector. We couldn't find a Hector.
We couldn't find a Hector.
Because you had a very specific
Yes.
image in your head
Yes.
for Hector, and
Yes.
we're like, who the fuck can we get to play
Yes.
this role?
And we were describing. What's really funny is that we're sitting there.
We're sitting at a gym's, mind you.
And Johnny's over here describing. He's like, all right, he's got to be a big dude. You know, he's got to be fucking mean, but at the same time, he's kind of like you're kind of loving guy who just you know. And he looks up. He's like, hey. You could be fucking Hector. Because he's describing AJ the whole time, and I'm like,
Yeah, he's like, he needs to be a bigger dude. Like,
This guy?
he's kind of, he needs to have this and this, like,
Does he have a
tattoos, and I'm
fucking
like,
beard.
yeah,
A fucking beard.
the more you kept talking, I was like, I don't like where this is going. I don't know where this is.
I'm just waiting. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Hey, hold on.
But it's just funny,
fucking play him.
because he's just rounding off, and then he looks up at you, he's like, hey.
Yeah. We were at the gym.
Yeah, we're
We
at
were
the
at gyms. We were having a fucking meeting. I'm like, and you were sitting right in front of me too. I was like, you, hey, fucking write his name down. Write him down.
And I was
It's
like,
Hector.
and I was just like, oh, then David's gonna lose me behind the camera, and you're like, you can do both.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
fuck it, yeah.
It sounded
Driving the bus.
He's trying to like talk himself out. I'm like, no, you're not fucking talking yourself out. First off, you're the only name
Yeah.
on Hector. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm describing you. You're right in front of me. Put his fucking name down, all right? He's doing it.
So I'll tell you my hesitance on it. One, it was two things. One, I felt in a really weird, and I still feel in a weird position about it, but I've come to terms with it. It was just like, now I'm writer/actor, and I don't want to be that person. I just didn't want to be the person who was like, no, I
wrote myself in.
I wrote myself in. No, I didn't. No, I was
No,
like,
you didn't write yourself in.
No, you
That was
didn't.
not it. When I wrote Hector originally, or when you wrote Hector, and then when I was writing out his lines and the script, I was like, nowhere in my head, I was like, this is a role I could play. No, so that was completely left field for me, and I just felt, I just didn't want it to be awkward. But then the other half of it was, it's like my second acting role. Like I said, the play I was in at the beginning of the year, I auditioned for the hell of it, and I went in and I wasn't expecting much. There were 3 male roles in it, and I just went, sure, I'll audition.
Yeah.
They all sound kind of interesting. It's heavy play, so it'll push me, and I needed something creative to do at the time, so I went in and did it.
So
And lo and behold, I got casted for the lead. So that was my first time doing a really heavy acting role, and then you come in and be like, why don't you play Hector? I'm like, shit, Hector's one of the core characters.
Yes.
So I didn't know if I could pull that.
Was that your first time? Is this your first role on a feature?
On a feature, yeah. I've done student, like,
No, you've done the fucking Mexican with the
the
worker?
fucking back
the fucking Mexican one.
Okay, I had no lines and I'm in the back of a shot.
You're in the field with a fucking cello fucking shit. When we were
Oh, again, no lines.
yeah.
Again, yeah, what was I? Oh, I dug a hole. So I wasn't too sure if I could pull off that character.
Well, the thing is because for those of y'all who don't know AJ and Hector's character, it's totally out of his realm. It's not at all who AJ is.
It was funny because you're like, oh, dude, I'm gonna have to get him, edged up and everything.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, dude, I need to see this shit.
Yes, and we have some behind the scenes on that.
Which shout out to your boy.
My boy Johnny Barber. Yes, Johnny Barber.
Johnny goes to Johnny Barber.
Guzman. Yeah, Johnny Guzman. His name's Johnny Guzman.
Yeah, when I walked into a shop and I saw Johnny, I was like, God damn, how many Johnnies are involved in this freaking production?
Yeah, so when we walked in, I I dad about my boy, right? So that's my boy, and I'm like, I need you to make him look like a fucking narco. He's like, say less. I got you.
Yeah.
He went in there and he fucking had him down there, and we have some, like I said, we have some behind the scenes. We have some behind the scenes footage of that, so we're gonna make sure that we put that probably on the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
On DVD, we're gonna have some behind the scenes there, guys, so you can see AJ in his full fucking element.
Because he does not look like that at all.
No.
I mean, standard. I'm either more clean shaven or I just have it's just rough. It's just rough.
Yeah.
I've
So
edged up
You're
since
natural.
Yeah, I've not.
He edged him up like beard underneath the fucking sides. He even shaved in the back of
He
his
had
head.
a nice little fade on his beard.
Yeah,
I
he
was
did.
like, what the fuck?
He gave me a
I was
yeah,
like, wow,
beard, too.
dude. That's nice.
Faded his
Holy
beard.
shit.
So shout out to my boy Johnny.
He inspired me to get a haircut, you know? I was like, fuck,
Did he?
yeah.
Oh, look at that, fat Jesus.
Yeah, I got home after the shooting and Hannah looked at me and she goes, your face is really square.
She can see that
Did she take
jawline.
advantage of you? She
Did
took advantage of
she
you.
use it as a seat? Honey,
That's a yes. That's a yes.
fucking yes.
Hannah, you're welcome.
So
Thank God she doesn't listen to this.
yeah, so that was you fit the role, you did the audition, and you fucking nailed it, you killed it. I was like, wow. I said, not only is he talented, AJ's talented as a screenwriter and producer and director and writer himself, but he's fucking has all the skills. He's like a jack of all trades, and he killed that acting. He killed the audition tape. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah, shit, yeah. And then we have Steve Dominguez. He came in and he auditioned for the role of Johnny, and I've worked with Steve on Bellator.
Yeah.
And so he was one of the guys that I pitched to y'all guys that I'm like, hey, I you know, you knew him because we all work, me, you, and Steve worked together on Bellator.
Which he has another movie,
Yes.
and I know he was physical because he did a boxing film.
Yes, yes, he did. Yep.
Sorry, Steve, I don't remember the name of his film, but he
Steve,
has.
get on here and look and tell us.
Yeah, because
Shit.
it is in distribution, I think, or he has it on YouTube. I can't remember, but yeah, it's a full feature film that he's done before.
Yeah.
So.
And he's done a few movies before as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, shit. So he came in and he auditioned for the role of Johnny and he killed it. He definitely killed his audition tape. So I was like, okay. And y'all both obviously approved. So him and AJ, obviously on the concept trailer, if y'all look, guys, like their chemistry. I think they filmed a couple of scenes together.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning scene where you see them in the room, like I think that only took like maybe 30 minutes to do, but they knocked that out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish we could have added more because we did shoot more.
Right.
We did.
But
Yeah,
because
we did.
time constraints that we had
Yeah.
and ideas that we had for the concept,
Yeah.
proof of concept, we kind of had to edit a lot of that
Yeah,
out.
right.
But yeah, he came in with some ideas already of what Johnny was,
Mm-hmm.
and so he came prepared, and that's one of the biggest things that
That's
as
a
an actor,
huge thing.
yeah.
That's a huge thing.
So kudos, man, kudos.
Yeah, kudos to Steve for being adaptive and just coming in and just kind of being like a chameleon, just very, very adaptive, very like going with the flow and ready, overly ready, which is good. In the acting world, it's better to be over prepared than under. And so he came in and he fucking delivered. The scenes that y'all shot, especially the ones at the tracks, man. I mean, y'all. It's funny because there was a lot of cussing going on.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute. This is supposed to be a trailer. We're gonna get fucking...
Yeah.
We're gonna
So,
get for it.
No shit, right? So then it was literally the last scene that y'all did, and y'all
Yeah.
fucking nailed it without no cussing.
Yeah, 'cause
We spent all this fucking time.
we kept going after
getting bitten by mosquitoes.
because at a certain point I
Almost
realized
ran over. Yeah.
there was like
Yeah,
one
yeah.
specific take. I think I realized how much we were swearing, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Do we want to tone it back?" And you're like, "Yes." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
Oh, yep. Yes,
I mean,
we
for the
are.
movie, it's fine.
Yeah.
We don't care.
But for the
Yeah.
purposes of the proof of concept, I was like,
Yeah.
"Do we want to tone it back?" And
Which we
you guys-
still had to bleep one word because
Yeah.
it was whatever. Yeah, that was
your
me.
word, but that's what it is. Shit. So I brought in Steve. Like I said, I seen him deliver on Bellator, and he's very dramatic, and the guy can, he's a good friend. He could deliver, and I was happy to bring him on. and then I think you pitched.
I pitched 2 of the group. Well, one of them I definitely pitched, which was Stormy.
Stormy. Yeah.
I love working with that young woman. She's gorgeous. She's talented. She's also a doctor, so she's she's a well-rounded person. But every time I work with her, her professionalism shows.
Yeah.
She comes to set prepared. She knows what she needs to do. She delivers, and she's just all around a really, really good actress. She's fine-tuned her craft, and I say that in all respect. And it just so when we needed that role to be filled, I was like, man, there was only 1 or 2 people I thought of, but I always like having her on set, or if I can bring her, because she's done me a lot of favors of like, hey, dude. But with her, I was like, dude, she's a screen queen. We need a screen queen, and we had already pitched that her character. Oh, damn, I can't say that because
Yeah.
But we needed somebody with that presence, and all I could think of is Stormy. I was like, yep, Stormy's it. She's done a lot of really good roles. She does them well, but whatever we ask of her, she delivers. And so I knew that was one I had to have on set. And so when I pitched her to y'all, and she sent in her audition tape, it was like no brainer.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
The only problem is now we're like, wow, dude, she fits another role.
Yes.
And so I have to pitch it back to her, see if she's, because we're like,
Yes.
Stormy, you could do a little bit different. Because again,
Are you
she's
thinking
very
what I'm
malleable.
thinking?
She's,
You're thinking what I'm thinking.
Yes.
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 Because she
Okay.
can. She fits that role.
Yes.
And I was like,
The
we'll talk
entire
about.
Yes,
persona.
but yeah.
Yes.
I was like, I maybe know where you're
exactly
going,
what the
but
fuck
tell me
you're talking-
later.
Is what we're talking about.
Yes, yes,
yes. Tell me
Oh,
off-
you're
off mic.
fucking right.
But
yes.
it's like,
Yes.
it's not that I want to take anything away from her, but I want to give her more.
Right.
And by doing so,
Yes.
I think she'll be able to really flex a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, she is phenomenal, and I have nothing but respect for that woman, and just like to be able to work with her at that level to me would be like phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I'm geeking out.
You're good, you're good.
I'm simping a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah, I love working with her because she's
No, I mean, I think that was all of us at some point during the casting process. I think we all kind of were at some point talking about everybody that we were bringing up and everybody that we had in mind. Like, it was the constant conversation. It was like, I think they can kick ass if we push them.
yeah.
If we just push them just a little bit further, they can deliver.
Just like when we also talked about Addie, that's another one.
Yeah.
We're like, dude, we could fucking
Yeah.
have her turn the switch on, and you're gonna see something.
Yeah.
Well, like even on set,
wicked
I was
out of her.
there was a moment where I was like, "Hey, can you scream?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then she
Oh,
did
yeah.
it. I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah. Yeah.
And so my second pitch, and this was kind of a thing between you and I, because you're like, hey, dude, what about her? And I was like, I hadn't thought of Ishelle to begin with.
Oh yeah. Yep.
We had worked with her in Bellator, and it was one of those beautiful accidents. And if Sophie's still on, she could attest for this. We needed a secretary, and we needed some attitude from that secretary. So we were shooting at UIW, and it just so happens that one of our students is there, and they're shooting their student film and everything. And cool. And I was like, hey, any of y'all want to just jump on board and we'll do this? And she volunteered. But what I liked about her was, we're like, okay, can you do this, and this? And do you mind do this and that? And, I don't know her at that point. I don't know her that well. And she's like, okay, cool, yeah, whatever. So she's agreeable to whatever. I'm like, okay, can you jump on one hand and do blah, 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 blah? And she's like, okay, yeah, sure. So she never told me no.
Yeah.
Which, as an actor, that's one of those things that even
Yep.
I taught you the same thing,
Yeah.
AJ. When you're on set and they tell you, hey, dude, you need to do this, and that. Roger, cool.
Yep.
Yep.
Because you're expected to deliver.
Yeah.
No matter what, that's expectations. On set, you deliver.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I liked about Ishelle, is that she's young, and very malleable, but she delivers. And so every time we asked her to do anything, bam, she delivered. And so when you're like, hey, dude, what about her? I'm like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
she would fit that role.
Because I'm the one that actually brought her up to
Yes.
you, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
And then
what?
after that, I was like, fuck yeah, let's get a show. And she's a young actress that's coming up.
Oh yeah.
So she is more than willing to really flex herself as far as her acting chops because
Broaden her
yeah,
horizon.
because she's not typecast. She's not anything. She has the whole world available to her.
Yeah,
and that was one of the things that when we pitched this one specific role to her, we're like, okay, at the beginning it's this, but at the end it's this. And man, her eyes lit up.
Yeah.
And she was like, I get to do that? I'm like, yeah. She's like, fuck yeah. Well, she didn't say fuck yeah, but she's like, hey, I'm down. She was more excited than any of us put together. I was like, oh, okay. You're gonna be expected to act like, and she's like, I could do this. Yeah. So,
want it.
And again, this goes back to everybody that we picked. It was our dream team that as soon as we pitched to those certain people, and again, I know we missed 1 or 2 people that we couldn't do it for the trailer,
For the trailer.
for the concept, for the proof of concept.
Proof of concept, yeah.
But it was one of those things that as soon as we got them back, we're like, dude, we're happy, we're good. And the chemistry between all of them was phenomenal and natural, like you said, Johnny. So I have
I'm definitely happy with our cast that we chose, and I'm honestly looking forward to filming, and most importantly, I'm looking forward to the movie itself. Like I have that mindset of we're not gonna fucking fail. I don't give a shit what it takes. I'm one of those whatever it takes, and obviously with integrity, not anything like throw people under the bus. I'm not built that way. But when I have a vision and I see it, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
And I've always been that way my entire life. And I think a lot of it too, like the military kind of enhanced that and instilled more. But I strongly believe in this film. I believe in the script, and I believe in the direction. So with those 3 tangibles combined, I honestly think that this movie is going to be a success. It's going to be a success.
Yeah.
It's not going to be anything shy than that. And so I'm honestly looking forward to this. And again, guys, if y'all guys want to help out with supporting and contributing to the movie, look at our links that we have in our social medias. I know it's in my bio. I have the Indiegogo link in there, so you can go in there. There's perks in there. If you want to be an executive producer on the film, you can. You can just look at the guidelines or look at the perks on there and what to donate. If you just want to donate, you can donate like $1, no matter, $5, whatever you want to donate. If you want like stickers, there's a whole bunch of things that you can choose from. So by all means, like I said, and if you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out to one of us for clarification on any of the prizes, or if you just want to help out. If you are a local business,
yes,
by all means, we will blast y'all over our movie. We'll
product placement, anything.
Whatever y'all want to, come in, reach out to David. I know David works more with reaching out to like small businesses and whatnot. He's done it before. If you have a small business and you want to come and contribute to the movie in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a monetary donation or it's space, a time, or if you want to rent out equipment for us, whatever the case is, let us know. Reach out to us, and we'll definitely give you your credit where credit is due.
Always, yes.
Yep.
If you have T-shirts, if you have a T-shirt company, and you want to come in and, hey guys, we want to donate shirts for Texas Tales of Terror. Okay, cool. Hey, how about you give me your business shirt and we'll sponsor it on screen. We can wear it or have somebody, we can feature it on the actual movie itself, definitely along with credits at the end. So, and things like that, guys. However you want to contribute and donate, by all means, do so. Again, you're supporting the indie filmmakers, and honestly, most importantly, if you are a San Antonio or a San Antonian, a resident here, and you've lived here all your life, think of how big it would be to bring our city onto the big screen like it's never had before. Out there competing with the likes of movies like, I don't know.
Other
Shit,
ones
all
back
right here. Terrifier, Tales from the Crypt, The Conjuring, Sinister, Paranormal Activities, Blair Witch Project. It'd be awesome to go out there and be a part of that history, because that's what we're shooting for. That's exactly what we're going, and that's our goal, is to put San Antonio on the map and give it its credit that it's due.
Yeah.
The credit that we have. Like I said, there's been a lot of other films that have been produced and directed, stories that have been written about San Antonio and the haunted, or the urban legends here, but I want to put that, and we want to put that on the big screen, just like any other movie you would see out there worldwide. And so that is our goal. And you can help us get to that goal by helping us contribute to this, this piece of history in the making. So with that said, guys, go to any of our bios on our socials, Silent Flight Media, Johnny Nova on Facebook, even on my Instagram, I am Johnny Nova. AJ, it was written, right? AJ Written.
AJ Written, yeah.
AJ Written on Instagram. Silent Flight Media.
Is it AJ Written?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Written.
There's an
Silent Flight Media on both Facebook and Instagram, guys. Go to our
TikTok?
bios.
TikTok, yeah. Silent Flight Media on TikTok as well.
Silent Flight Media on TikTok, guys. You can look into the bios and you will see the Indiegogo website or link to go in there and click on that, and you can help donate. I will be, I got to get with my daughter. She's going to let me know how to work this fucking TikTok or whatever TikTok shit. But I guess I'm going to be making a TikTok, guys, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah. But other than that, guys, we would greatly appreciate your support, whether it's hell yeah, guys, supporting us that way, or hell yeah, guys, and you want to give us that fetty, or if you're a small business, or hell, even if you're a big business, you're like, hey, maybe we need a tax write-off. Here you go. Whatever, however you want to do it, by all means, hit us up, let us know. And I can guarantee you this. I know they say don't ever make fucking promises. Well, you know what? I'm so confident. I fucking promise you. We're going to do fucking really good with this movie. So your donations and your contribution will be seen. And I guarantee it. We're going to put San Antonio on the map. I promise it. I'm that fucking...
Man,
you come at me. Come at me if I'm wrong. Come at me. Come at me if it doesn't. Yes.
May 28th
You're
at
damn right.
6:55.
We're committed now.
We're committed.
Yeah.
What's
Wait.
up, Mario? Mario says hi to my
Mark,
Mario.
nice, from Corpus.
Mhm.
Cool, nice. Matter of fact, they did an anthology down there.
Yeah, they
and
did.
Yeah, there's an distribution también. So shout out to Mario.
Right, yeah.
They have a company down there. Man, I'm forgetting everybody. Mario, I'm sorry. Shout out.
Jesus,
Shout out to Mario.
Yeah, I'm old and
God.
fucking senile, but yeah, no. I worked with Mario before. Really good actor. I know they've turned producer. I don't know if he directed yet, but he is a really good person to know.
Mhm.
If you're down there in the Corpus area, hit them up, because they are always filming. They actually have a lot of really good stuff coming out of Corpus.
Yeah.
Even when I went down there to shoot, one or two things, I'm always impressed by other cities, how much they're also hustling. Because we have to hustle here in Texas.
100%.
Nobody gives us the fucking minute or the hour. It's up to us to keep hustling Texas, but it's our turn to hustle San Antonio.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here to do, man.
Yeah.
And another thing too, speaking of hustling, guys, share this. Share our stories. Share the link. Continue to put Texas Tales of Terror on the map. let the San Antonio Film Commission know. Go at them. Go at them in like in a good way, in our favor.
No, right? It's like,
In a good way, please.
It's like,
Please.
dude, we won't be here next week.
No, I mean, go out there, spread our links around.
Yeah, the
spread
links.
Texas Tales of Terror. Spread all that
Don't
shit.
spread the nalgas, dude.
Don't spread the nalgas. I'll do that if we're lacking funds.
That's how we're gonna get the
You
last
heard
bit.
it now. He's gonna be spreading some nalgas.
No, but yeah, I mean, make our shit go viral. Fuck it, go viral. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, fuck even Snapchat. You know, make Texas Tales of
do we have-
Terror.
Do we have
Huh?
Snapchat?
I do.
You have
So,
Snapchat?
I do.
That's cochino shit, man.
First off, the only reason why I have
No, it's too late now.
No.
It's cochino.
You know why? Because my
Because-
fucking parents, like AJ, have an Android. And the rest of my family have iPhones.
Sure, it's
and
okay.
so we can't share shit with them on a regular thread, as we know, right?
It still came
Exhibit
through.
A this morning.
It
You
still
sent
came
me
through.
a text with no context. I had no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
It came
Oh,
through.
the picture hasn't came in.
30
Why hasn't
hours
the picture
later.
come in? Because AJ has an Android.
I've
So
never
what
had that
I'm
problem
trying to
before,
get
though.
at is my parents have Androids. They refuse to go to iPhone.
It's
So the
okay.
only way to
Johnny,
Anyways,
you don't
fuck
have
off.
to justify your nalgas, dude.
So,
It's
what I'm trying to say is, guys, is spread the word. Texas Tales of Terror, San Antonio based, urban legends. We're going to put this shit on the motherfucking map, and you're going to help us. Or I'll come after you. I'm kidding. I won't come after you. I won't.
Yeah.
Or am I? I don't know. We'll see.
stupid, dude.
So,
I think with that, I mean, are we good? Where are we at?
We're over.
We're over? All right.
right.
Yeah.
it's all good shit.
but
Go watch
just to-
Landman, by the way. Landman season 2. It's coming out in November.
Stupid ass. All right, no, but we actually had to take the time
to actually
talk
sit down and talk
yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
We've been kind of keeping our mouths shut for a really long time, so we just wanted to actually talk about everything we've been working on.
Yes.
Yeah, not only that, but last week we were late with the podcast.
Yeah.
This week we're late again, and only because this is the reason
We've been
we've been
it's
so
been busy.
Another thing,
And that-
are we going to be accepting work for production crew or anything like that, or you have that also?
I have that already.
Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
But yeah, no, that's why we're on here today. So this will probably be out tomorrow. If you're watching us, I don't know anymore who's live, whatever. But yeah, we'll be back on our regular schedule next week. On Mondays, as always, for all of our listeners who like to kind of tune in on Mondays and download our podcast. We will be back on Mondays. But again, we wanted to take this time, not to really apologize, but to kind of explain to y'all and kind of catch
And
y'all
also-
up with us.
And also just thank everybody that, put in the work to help us. I know we shouted out a couple on the sneak peek that we did before the last episode, but also to kind of give everybody their dues too. Now that it's finally out, we can talk about it and say everybody's names. We just really wanted to shout everybody out too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all the cast. Dan the man coming through as a
Yes,
crew.
dude.
That motherfucker's a
Dan came in-
beast.
He came in clutch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Dan
love that
did.
man. Again, Jennifer helping out with makeup always.
Jennifer, yes. Jennifer is
Trey,
amazing.
I know Trey. We didn't shout out to Trey. He is part of the cast.
Yes.
We just mentioned the main cast, but yes, he is part of the cast. There's a couple other people.
You know
that-
what? Shout out to my extras that came.
Yes.
came
Oh
through.
fuck yeah, dude.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, we did a call out for extras like 2-3
did.
days before the
I don't even think it
club
was
scene.
day.
It was
A
the
day
day
It
before.
was literally less than 24 hours. So
And it's always wary because you're not gonna get what you want,
Yeah.
but you're gonna get something.
Because we were
Yeah,
talking
for sure.
too, like, oh yeah, what do we want the scene to look like? And I was like, well, I have this idea if we don't have extras, and I have this idea if we do have extras. They're like,
Yeah.
so do we have extras?
And my extras were falling through the day of. I was like, fuck, I'm bored.
So I called some of my friends. I made a call. And,
So, Johnny, go ahead, take them all.
thank you for those of y'all who showed up. I'm gonna call y'all by y'all's names: Damon, Mariette, Paul, Valerie, Andrea. All 5 of y'all y'all came in fucking clutch. Okay, y'all were pivotal in helping us create some of these scenes that we did in the concept trailer. So thank you all guys for showing up. last minute. Okay, hell yeah, motherfuckers were here. Y'all were there before
They were-
us.
yeah, they were there before
Yeah, y'all were there before fucking we were, you know? So.
Rob with the drone. He
Yes.
I forgot.
Yes,
he didn't
Rob
send me
with the drone.
He didn't send me his company's name, but yes, he's been with me for a good minute now.
Yeah.
He has his own drone company.
Yep. So that drone that you see in the concept trailer where you see the bird's
It's not
eye,
stock footage.
It's not.
No,
It is real.
not stock,
that's
but that
straight
is
up
yeah.
shit. That's from Rob's drone. He's actually following the vehicle. That was on him. So shout out to Rob. He fucking killed it. I thought he was bullshitting because he had FAA on. He had his thing on.
No, he's
Yeah,
like,
Like,
he's licensed.
don't.
Yeah.
He said don't disturb me while I'm working or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. Okay, this dude's a real shit.
What's up, Kiki?
Yes, Kiki,
Kiki.
love that man.
Yeah.
That motherfucker busy as shit. I'm surprised.
And then again, shout out to 505 Rooftop Bar.
Yeah.
Yes.
For allowing us to, be in their bar. Beautiful place, guys. If you have not checked that out, you
The
should.
view from the
from
bar.
Rooftop Bar,
Oh my
505.
Insane.
Yeah.
505 East Travis Street, guys, downtown. It's open Wednesday through Sunday. They're off Monday and Tuesdays. But yeah, go check them out. Go see Michael and Roman and all the waiters and waitresses, or the
The bars,
bartenders.
yeah.
I'm sorry. They're awesome, phenomenal crew, very helpful and beautiful establishment. Shout
Very
out to my
classy.
my friend Lori. She's the owner of Tons of Fun here over there in the South Side. For allowing us to use her place. That was a pivotal role in this concept, actually, if anything, because we used her place to
That was a house scene.
the house scenes.
Yeah.
The house,
The
yeah.
house scenes, guys. So thank you so much, Lori, for allowing us to use your place. And guys, if y'all are in the South Side and y'all need a place to throw a party, Tons of Fun is where it's at. They have all these arcade games. They have everything is for kids, I guess, from 3 to all the way up to 18. Hell, you can have an adult. As an adult, I love arcade games, so I would throw a party there for myself because I love playing arcade games.
Party
that old
one.
school shit.
All right.
Huh?
Party one. All
Yeah,
right.
fuck yeah. So, yeah, guys, if you're looking for a place to go have a party, go see Tons of Fun or look up Tons of Fun. There's only one. And yeah, book your party. Who else?
Serenity. She was there helping out.
Oh, yeah,
For once, she was
Serenity.
in front of the camera.
Serenity,
was.
thank you so much for the behind
Yeah.
the scenes. You did a lot of behind the scenes shots. You were actually also an extra
Yeah.
that we needed in the
In the bar.
bar. And Jennifer, again, thank you so much for the makeup. You fucking made Michelle look from, like, her look was just wow. I had a concept photo of what I wanted her character to look like, and you replicated that in
Yeah.
a live version. So bless your heart. I don't know how you do it. You're so talented. Jennifer Mendez, guys, that's Fat Jesus' wife.
I'm
So, yeah,
lucky.
he's very
I'm
lucky.
very
guys,
lucky.
Very
You know
lucky.
what? Also, then before just to shout out my lovely fiance too,
Hannah.
Hannah, for creating
Dude.
our poster
Yes.
and all of our
Behind the
artwork.
scenes.
Yeah,
Dude.
it came
Yes.
in college at the last minute.
Yes.
We were
She's
getting
actually done a lot of our graphics.
a lot of the
Yes.
graphics, and
Yes.
so we were needing artwork, and I was just like, do you mind making a poster really quickly? And she was like, yeah. Immediately started talking about like concept, what you wanted, what we wanted, image wise, and shit.
I do have to say, I'm sorry. I text at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, Hannah. It's just I'm always up.
Oh, I know.
For people who don't know me or whoever work with
Who's
me,
a night owl.
I'm always up. Like literally, I don't sleep that very well. So yeah, they have both
Yeah.
gotten text at 2-3
Yes.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Dude, what? Oh,
Well, I just remember, I mean, even before we launched, like 4 a.m, like last version's up. Okay, cool.
No
I don't give a
shit.
shit right now.
Yeah. Now shout out to
Um,
Hannah for sure.
Fuck, man, where we shot the Gaitan,
Galen?
yeah, Galen. I'm sorry,
Galen.
Galen.
Gylan Jackson, guys.
Sorry,
Radius
sorry.
Media. Shout out to my boy Gylan for coming up and letting us use his space for shooting the concept
Yeah.
trailer.
He's got a badass place
Yeah,
downtown.
Yeah.
Beautiful place, guys, right adjacent to the Tobin Center. So
Mm-hmm.
you guys are in town and y'all need space to rent.
Yep.
You need to shoot a podcast. You need to shoot a scene. You need to just have a business meeting. This place is fucking beautiful. It's literally in the historic area of downtown, literally adjacent to the Tobin Center. You go see my boy Gylan Jackson, and he will take care of you. Tell him Johnny Nova sent you. Tell him Film Noob sent you. My boy will take care of you. Okay, so yeah, guys.
Anybody else? I'm sorry we forget. If we did, I'm sorry.
I hope not. Yeah, I can't. Between the last little shout out we did and this one, I think we covered most of everybody. But if not, we will definitely shout you out in the future if we did. Yell at us in the comments.
Definitely.
I will say shout out to the beautiful Jennifer for allowing us to use her vehicle.
Yes.
Our hero vehicle.
Yes. I forgot about that. Yes.
The hero vehicle.
Yes. Thank you for allowing us to use your vehicle. You're amazing for doing that. I wouldn't have done that because that's a badass vehicle. And
Yeah, you had. There was a shower. I was supposed to be driving, and I was like, "Shit, all right." And you're like, "You want me to drive it?" Or you're not. I was like, "You realize technically, like, I'm not visible. Like, fucking take those keys. I am not driving it."
So
if you crash
I am not responsible.
That bird's eye view where you see the black vehicle driving, that was me driving that motherfucker. All right, so thank you for letting us use that vehicle.
Well, I can drive, but I just don't want to be responsible.
Do that, yeah. Who else? Are we forgetting anybody?
I hope not. And just thank you. I mean, we're in 24 hours into our campaign, but thank you to everybody who's donated so far.
Yeah,
and to everybody who donates in the future.
We'll probably do a weekly shout out, and we'll get on.
Yeah.
And we'll name everybody because that's one of the promises that we did.
You're gonna get a social media shout out every single one. So
and we'll post it on all our socials. A big thank you because we can't do this, and this goes to everything that we've done from LVZ to now. It hasn't and it won't be possible without the community's help.
Yeah.
Whether it be San Antonio community, the Little Rider community, the wrestling community. Now we're asking the horror community to come out strong. But it takes, when I say it takes a village, it really does.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that I do have to say that for once I'm going to say this. I pride myself that Science Flight Media has always been inclusive of our community in San Antonio. Mm-hmm. We try to really show different aspects of it, but we always try to show them in a better light. Right. And we always try to include as many people as we can because, again, we cannot do this on our own. No. It's never a one-person show because it's not. Mm-hmm. We always need help with something. We always encourage people to come on board and help us with whatever. Or join the fun. Look, we don't care. We're welcoming and we're very appreciative of everything that everybody's done for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because we cannot and we have not been able to get here without other people's help.
Yeah, correct.
So thank you to everybody.
Thank you for everybody and their support, man. And again, shout out to indie filmmakers, guys. Keep supporting that genre and again, let's make Texas Tales of Terror again. Like I said, a moment you will not forget.
All right. With that,
again, guys, check out the Indiegogo link. Check out the proof of concept video, and all the perks that we have listed. Literally anything, even just to share helps. And we'll be blasting it everywhere pretty constantly. But as always, I'm AJ.
I'm Johnny.
I'm David.
Keep watching films. Keep supporting indie filmmakers, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Anybody else?